Aquaschmoch is a rural highlands community of nearly 550 households situated in South Gondar, a district in the Amhara region of Ethiopia. Most residents here make their living from animal husbandry, small plot agriculture, and petty trade. Principal crops include teff, sesame seeds, corn, and mung beans. Children and adolescents, especially boys, provide essential labor. They help out during harvest season and tend animals throughout the year. But farming and herding obligations often keep children from attending school regularly. Poor academic preparation in turn limits their eventual access to higher skilled, paid employment. Local residents have nicknamed the largest settlement China for its rapid recent growth. The village originated in 2007 as a camp for road workers when a road was built linking the remote district of Wollo with the highway between the cities of Baradar and Gondar. Both the state and international NGOs have invested in the community's infrastructure and strengthened agricultural production capacity. Managing water resources, including both an underground aquifer and surface water, has been a key factor in the community's growth. Residents visit the health post for primary care, minor injuries, and sexual and reproductive health needs. For more serious problems, residents must go to the nearest town, Kwalisa, which is 20 kilometers away. The most serious cases are referred to the hospital in Debre Tabor. Communal transport is limited to private buses and trucks. A ride to the town of Kwalisa costs 20 to 30 Ethiopian birr, about the equivalent of $1. Many residents therefore have to make the journey on foot. Kwalisa holds a market every Saturday. Here, people sell their crops, including grains, beans, legumes, and seeds. Aquaschmoch residents also come to the market to buy clothing, household items, and staple goods. Adolescents can find opportunities at the Kwalisa market for day labor. Electrical infrastructure has not yet reached Aquaschmoch. Some residents have solar panels to power lights and recharge cell phones. The closest electrical service is in the town of Ebenat, 60 kilometers away. Electricity poles line the road from Ebenat to Kwalisa, where electricity is expected to arrive within the year. But for now, there are not even poles between Kwalisa and Aquaschmoch. Aquaschmoch has one primary school that provides education through grade 8 to approximately 570 children. It also has 4 satellite schools providing pre-primary education to children under age 7. Parents are faced with a difficult dilemma. While they need their children's help in order to afford the things necessary for school, pulling children into farm work means that they have to miss school. Children complain that when they are late or absent, their teachers subject them to corporal punishment and hard labor. If adolescents continue on to high school in Kwalisa, they must rent accommodations there because a daily commute would be too expensive and time-consuming. Parents must therefore weigh the immediate need for their children's help on the farm against the uncertain outcome of investing in their education. The short-term needs of the household often prevail, which limits children's options for the future. Historically, animal husbandry has been the principal economic activity of Aquaschmoch, but overgrazing has reduced the available grasslands on which the animals feed. A smaller grazing territory also makes it harder to separate sick animals from the rest of the herd, resulting in easier transmission of disease. Residents say that herds were once large enough to provide a surplus of milk and butter, but now they hardly yield enough milk for household consumption. Over time, farming has surpassed herding in economic importance, particularly the cultivation of the cash crop sesame. Other cash crops include mung beans and sunflower seeds. But with the small plots common in this area, increased production must come from more intensive application of fertilizer and water. During the rainy season, from June to August, a stream runs through the China settlement. For the rest of the year, residents rely on the dam to provide a reservoir for irrigation and watering livestock. The area's center of cash crop trade is Kwalisa, where there is a branch of the Ethiopian Commodity Exchange. The exchange cooperative buys sesame seeds and mung beans from small producers for a fixed price based on weight and quality. The Ethiopian Commodity Exchange was established in 2008 to regulate trade in 5 crops, including coffee and sesame. These commodities are an important source of foreign currency for the state. Mung beans were added to the exchange in 2014. During harvest season, older boys often migrate several hundred kilometers to the northwest to commercial sesame plantations on the border with Sudan and Eritrea. A season of work can net between $150 and $250. Some, however, return with no savings at all, having spent their earnings on consumer goods, alcohol, and prostitutes. In Aquaschmoch, a group of men who've completed 8th and 10th grades formed a cooperative to trade in sesame and mung beans. The cooperative has been profitable in the 3 years of its existence. Local authorities are now working to establish a marketplace that would save residents the arduous trek to Kwalisa and generate economic opportunities locally. Housing construction is proceeding apace, with residents building wood and packed earth homes. Along the main road, 2-room houses in which one room serves as a small shop can be constructed for about 25,000 birr, or $850. Given the limited economic potential of small plot farming and the decline of herding, trade will undoubtedly play a larger and larger role in the lives of the community's adolescents. Over the next decade, Aquaschmoch can likely look forward to continued improvements in communication and trade infrastructure. However, climate change and the resulting in-migration of populations from more arid regions, a lack of public transport, and inadequate education resources will continue to pose challenges for local adolescents.